can start last, and if you pass your way up to third, you might have more points than the guy who wins the race. And so that is what determines how they line up in the feature. So here we go, 7 laps. Down to the green and into the first turn first. Drifts way high, but look at the gap he's got already as he launches out of turn number 2. And all of that big wing holding him into the turns, and maybe not, kisses off the wall. And Gorgas touched just a little bit as Jared Gorgas comes out and takes over the lead in the number 9, the hometown boy, trying to make good here in heat number 1 of the UMSS sprint car. And then it's the 3-4 machine of Gunnar Cummings. They're your top 4 as they run right now. The 91A machine, Reed Allen, started up on the front row. Quickly's drifting back to the 5th place spot. Aaron Cummings, sprint car, running here in heat number 1. The laps will go by very, very fast here. You see Jonesy with the halfway home. Gorgas. And nobody really making up out of anybody here. As Rickard bouncing off the cushion here, and he is getting some really great drive, rather. Turn number 2 and number 4. He gets it all crossed up right there. Tony Nora. He's a little swirly coming out of the turn, and that's ruining his drive down this front stretch here. But Jared Gorgas is making it work. Trying that inside line coming out of 4, get up on the rear wheels, wasn't able to steer it, set it down. He's going to have to dial a little more front downforce as Gorgas goes nearly wide. Gets the win here in heat number 1. Then it's Tony Nora, Jerry Rickard Jr., and it's the 34 TW of Gunnar Cummings rounding out the 4 Reed Alex. Sprint cars are pretty finicky, and there's going to be all sorts of pressure being pushed down on that shock right now. And so keep your eye on the 199. He is second place in points, doesn't want to give up nothing. We're going to see what he can do. He goes down into turn number 1 like there's nothing wrong at all. And maybe he doesn't need that shock anyways. Look at the lead that he's got so far. The 4J machine of Lee Gross down to the inside. And they maybe touch just ever so slightly coming out of 2. But Gross, and now they for sure touch as the 2 of them going for the same piece of real estate down the bottom of the track. And Gross takes over the lead from Bowers. Third spot is the 23 machine of Cody Hahn. And down into 3 and 4 they go. And Gross gets straight down the bottom. He's locking it down and sticking on the bottom as you're going to pass me, you're going to do it on the high side. Lee Thomas dives down to the inside of the 03 and takes away that spot. That would have been 4th place spot. Still Bowers and on 1, 2, 3. The battle to be watching is between Thomas and the 3 of Ogston. Are they both from Duluth? Yes. Blue flag is on for the 52, and Gross goes to the high side, goes right around the 55, goes to the infield. White flag will be coming out, folks, for the 4J of Lee Gross. Like I said, things happen so fast. That was 6 laps. Insane speed here out of the number 4 of Lee Gross. He gets right on the cushion, and he's running all over the track, sometimes high, sometimes low, but nonetheless, he went wire to wire. Gets the win. 99 of Bowers gets second. And it'll be going to be your number 1 qualifier here tonight. So, but there's even more to the finish, to the start of the feature. So we'll explain that as we go on. But here we go. Reed Alex leads him down into turn number 1. Oh, look at old Lee Thomas up on the high side, gets into the marbles, but he gets out of there in a hurry as Reed Alex fades back to the 5th place spot. It's Thomas, and then it is Bowers, 1 and 2, and then Rickard and Jared Gorgas. Look at him up into the 3rd spot. Jared, hometown boy. I guess you could call him a homeboy. And he is making the best of it here tonight. North Central Speedway, very much to the number 9's liking. Nice and slick and hard. Lee Thomas up front, then Ryan Bowers, and then Jared Gorgas. Jared down in that super slick stuff. He's going to have to slide up the track, I suspect. Get up there on that cushion, try to find a little bit of moisture somewhere. Try to find some traction. Jerry Rickert Jr. on the way as well. Then Reed Alex, it's the 78 car of Robbie Cahill, and then the 52 machine of Jake Lampelius, rookie in the class, like I said before, second race in a sprint car ever. And so just getting his feet wet here against some very, very stiff competition. Lee Thomas still leads him around in the stark white. We're used to seeing that bright, bright yellow number 29, and she's all white here tonight. Still Bowers as the lap's going by quick. Bowers hard into turn number 3, but then has to get hard on the brakes to see if he can make it around the turns. Down in 1 and 2, they are rolling around 1 and 2, but 3 and 4 a little bit bigger of a challenge. As you can see him getting way slowed down as they enter turn number 3. 1 lap to go here. Lee Thomas, Brian Bowers, and Jared Gorgas. 1, 2, 3. 85 miles an hour that lap for Lee Thomas. So that would put him 8 miles an hour faster than the Midwest Modifieds. And he is your winner here. Lee Thomas in the number 29, the all-white number 29. Then Ryan Bowers in the 199. Jared Gorgas in the 9 rounds out the top 3. Jerry Rick. So here we come around. Number 3, turn number 4. Green flag will drop now, and here we go. 03 drives down in hard, gets way up the track, and the 34 of Cummings is going to be to the inside. He locks up the brakes. Oh! Big hard hit by the number 23 remaining, and here we go. 8 laps coming at you hard and fast right now. The 3 machine of Ogston way up the hill and coming down. Oh, sprint cars ought not to touch wheels. Lee Gross with just a little bit more kept right up on it, and the 34 of Gunnar Cummings, he gave way. Tony Norum around the outside. Cummings falls to 4th spot. Norum up to 4th. It is Lee Gross coming around the outside, and this 3 and 4 is a challenge for these guys. It is getting really, really slick. Norum down to the inside. He's searching for a little stuff. He's smoking the tires coming around 1 and 2, laying all sorts of power down. Still up front, it's Ogston. He knows the guys that are behind him, folks. That is Lee Gross and Tony Norum. 2, if not the fastest drivers in this series. 2 of the fastest drivers in this series. And that guy leading him around is a rookie, ladies and gentlemen. He's got the little yellow thing flopping behind him. Oh, Gross up into the marbles. He just stood on the gas and said, if I'm going over, I'm going to go over hard. The rookie still leading him around. Ogston looking strong. Into the marbles again goes Gross. Lee's got it. If he backs her down, he's going to be a little bit faster. 2 to go. This time by. Looking for the white flag next time, and it can't come out soon enough for Jeremy Ogston. Gross, he's going everywhere, and he's going there fast. Norum coming on the inside, 1 to go. Things are going to get exciting here on this last lap. It's the 3, the 4, and the B first. Up into the marbles. Look at this, folks. The rookie out of Duluth, Minnesota. Jamie Ogston's going to go wire to wire, and he will win challenge race number 2 here in the UMSS Sprint Car Series. Nice job, rookie. Stand up. Wave your hat, wave your hands. They're saluting you, but we want to salute them back. You ain't got a thing if you ain't got a wing. They're about to go 25 hard, fast laps for you. 25 laps coming at you. No one in the field can win their third act, but a couple of them can win their second. Here we go. Tony Norum bringing him around, looking over Jonesy, looking at the flag, and here we go. Norum goes up high right off the bat. Bowers and Gross take him up high. Lee Thomas fades to 5th right off the bat. Gorgas up into the 4th spot. Down around turn number 4, it is Norum and Gross up front. This is going to be a battle. Norum gets up into the marbles, gets checked up, and we are going to be into lappers in a quick hurry here. Tony Norum, Lee Gross, Ryan Bowers, Jared Gorgas. They're your top 4 as they run right now, right up onto the cushion of 1 and 2, down into 3 and 4. It is still Tony Norum in the B first. That's what he wants to be at the end. He wants to be first. Lee Gross in the 4J, stalking him. And those two separating themselves from the rest of the field here. Ryan Bowers in the 199, still in the 3rd place spot. And Gorgas down low, trying to get some groove. And look at the blue groove already coming in on the low side of 3 and 4. Rubber on the track. And that is some hard traction for these guys to run on. Lee Gross goes right to the bottom and he finds a little traction. Norum went down there too, but he didn't get nearly the traction. Lee Gross trying it on the low side. It's working in 3 and 4, but did not work at all down in 1 and 2. So Norum goes back to the high side, Gross goes to the low side, and Gross is going to have to start over and whittle that down. They're on the same straightaway as the back markers now here, as the 52 car of Jake Lampilius, feeling the pressure of sprint car racing. Blue flag is out for him. He'll stay right down on the bottom. He knows that the fast line is around the top, and he's going to stay way down and out of the way for these guys to go by him, and they blow by going down into turn number 3. The gap closing down now. B first. Tony Norum. Lee Gross, he's going back to the high side. And look at the gap has closed down very substantially now, down to about 3 car lengths, now 2. Norum gets up into the rough stuff. Oh, and Lee Gross gets into him, almost goes over backwards, riding wheelies down the backstretch. He didn't lift at all either, and look at how it's shaped up this race here. Ryan Bowers is right onto the rear wheels, and now he gets up into the marbles, and the gap opens up again. Gorgas in 4th, Rickert in the 5th place spot. Did you guys see that wheelie? Wow! Tony Norum, Lee Gross, and after all of that, nothing has changed. Everybody running right where they were, and that all started from Tony Norum getting up into the marbles. Lee Gross had nowhere to go, had to get right into the back of him. 80-mile-an-hour lap that time for B first, Tony Norum, and now he's up into the marbles again, and the lappers making a difference. They're trying to work their way around the 78 of Rob Cahoe Jr., and it is making a difference. And now they are by Ryan Bowers in the 3rd place spot. Halfway home, Tony Norum has led every bit of it so far. The 78 now getting dispatched by Ryan Bowers. That puts Bowers up into the cushion though, and he jumps it just a little bit. Check out the brakes on the 03 car, glowing. So still up front, the B first of Tony Norum right now. Into the lappers heavy now. Look at the Bowers almost over into the wall. Loses a little bit of ground, and now the lappers are too wide in front of him. This is where Lee Gross excels and will have the advantage here, because B first will have to choose his line, and Gross will be able to go where he does not. But man, oh man, Tony Norum just works that traffic like a magician, gets through it very, very smoothly. The 95 car up high, that is Bradwell, Kevin Bradwell, and he does exactly what he should do. Gross is going to slide job Bradwell, and Ryan Bowers is stuck behind 2 lappers. They're too wide in front of him. That's the battle right there. Bowers trying to get through, and now he does. He's going to slide job the 95, and your top 3 still your top 3. Lappers so far not making a difference in the outcome of this race. Tony Norum started on the pole, and he's led every moment of the race so far. 80 miles an hour per lap average is what they're running on this very slick, hard track. 5 laps to go as they come by this time. Tony Norum, Lee Gross, and Ryan Bowers, your top 3. Jared Gorgas in the 91 is your, or in the 9 rather, is your 4th place driver. Then it's Jerry Rickert Jr. in the 63. 4 laps to go. Tony Norum, Lee Gross, and the good thing is they've got clear track in front of them for a little bit, so they're going to be able to race it out and decide it amongst them without lappers making a difference. Down low goes Gross. Norum staying up high right where the line has been. Jumping the cushion. They just making a new cushion up there is what they're doing. They pushed it way out to the outside of the wall. That's what sprint cars do best. 2 laps to go. Gross down high, or down high. That makes no sense, Kyle. Oh, slide job coming in. Oh, and they get together. Tony Norum hard into the wall. Jerry Rickert Jr. in the 4th place. Lee Thomas in the 5th place. Here we go. 2 laps to go, starting now. Nice start. Gorgas hanging down low and gets a good drive coming out of 2. And those 2 quickly separate themselves. Rickert Jr. goes to the top, and he goes around the 03 Machine of Ogston on the high side. Gorgas looking for a little bit. But folks, in his first time to the Mighty Axe Nationals, he's 1 lap away from winning an Axe. The 199, Ryan Bowers out of Ham Lake, Minnesota. Not only is going to win it, he's going to win it convincingly. The 2nd Axe of the night goes home with the 199 sprint car of Ryan Bowers, further extending that rookie points lead. Definitely going for Rookie of the Year. The 4 car of Lee Gross quickly getting himself back here. He's going to have a word with someone, it looks like. 2nd place in the series in points, and I don't think that will change tonight. Your rookie points leader. We'll get him out, and we'll do a little wing dance. So we'll get him out of the car. These guys are way strapped in there. And once we get him out, the traditional thing for sprint car drivers that are in the victory circle is this right here, folks. That is called a wing dance. Woohoo! Seeing what I tell you, you saw Ryan down here giving away all those cool prizes. And he is a happy, happy boy. Rookie, points leader, he got his first Axe. Little hug from a total stranger, I'm sure. The Axe, the trophy girl, and our junior fan, that is Lexi White down there. The official junior fan. Looks like we got a couple junior fans, but we'll get some signs out, North Central Speedway signs. The UMSS Sprint Car Series. Anderson's Maple Syrup signs. You got to pay the bills. There's Rock Auto signs. That's a party going on in that winner's circle. So, up, coming down into 3. In between those 2 cones is the starting zone, and so as soon as those front tires hit that first cone, you'll see them launch up. Just like that, smoking the tires. Everybody looks good. Bowers dives to the inside right in front of Ogston. Those 2 are the rookie points battle there, with the 199 in the lead right now. And Ogston trying to make up some ground. Norum right to the bottom, and you hear the engine roar up without much movement there. They're just all spin and no go on this very slick track for now. But once they get her rubbered in, I suspect that we'll be very, very fast later on. Norum getting it almost stopped in the corner there. Bowers in second, Rickard Jr., then Ogston, Thomas, and Kaus. Very, very fast racing here. This is the halfway mark as they're just doing very quick 6-lap heat race. And the top two kind of separating themselves out here as the rookie going where no one else is, trying to find a little bit of traction, and he's finding it down in 1 and 2. And look at him come right to a stop. You don't ever think a sprint car is having to be this quite calculated. Bowers right through the middle now, and then he dives to the bottom, and right there he is finding just a little bit of traction and getting a good launch, but it's not enough, just that one spot to get up and around or even catch Norum where he can try to attempt the slide shot. 1 lap to go here is Norum in the first car. Up high and riding that cushion, and it is going to work for him here. Rickard Jr. in third, Bowers in second, and coming to the checkered flags. Starting up right where he left off last night. He gets the win here in heat race number 1. Ryan Bowers in the 199. There we go. Bradwell bringing him down. The 5 of Kuba, as they are ginger walking on eggshells. Kuba brings them out of turn number 2. Brooke Tatnell in the 14, and then it's Reed Alex in the 91. Then it is Cummings, Gorgas, look at them all playing for that inside line. And then it is Paige Polyak in the 19 car, trying to find something here. Tatnell goes up high, and you can see his car just start to let loose and get hooked up right at the end of the straightaway. Anna Kuba, Brooke Tatnell, and then the 95 car of Kevin Bradwell out of Locke, Wisconsin. Brooke, he's going to get the long haul award. He comes all the way from Australia. That's not where he lives, though. I think he lives down Elk River direction. Forest Lake, by way of Australia. The name of the town is, it's like Marefield except for Harna. Anna Kuba's moved on to clinic here, and she's up front. And if this track stays hard and slick like it is here, look out for Anna. She has got that thing hooked up when no one else really seems to be able to get it hooked up. Tatnell in the 14, then Bradwell, Alex, then it's Cummings, Polyak, and Jared Gorgas, our heat winner from last night. And he has fun. Nothing here on this very hard, slick track. Trying to find something, though, and he might have a little bit of a drive here on Polyak. And does get her past on the backstretch, coming to the checkered flag. It'll be Kuba, Tatnell, Bradwell, their top 3, and then it'll be Reed Alex coming. So here we come around. You see the 2 cones, the orange tire and the second cone there. That is the starting area. They have to start somewhere in there. And so they line them up. And Rickard down into turn 1. Bowers on the high side. Norum follows around the top side. Tatnell, the 14. And Tatnell not getting hooked up. Anna Kuba makes a good drive in the 5th spot. Down to the bottom again. Real slick still. The top guys. Bowers, Rickard, and Norum. Tatnell still 4th. Anna Kuba still in the 5th spot. And our top 4 guys all drifting right to the top of the track. Tatnell's going to try it down low, following his brother-in-law. Jerry Rickard gives the slide job on Norum. That's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. Bowers still up on the top. Rickard Jr., just so you know, Rickard Jr. and Ryan Bowers up front, both looking for their second acts of their careers. So coming down into the starting box. Oh, nice. entrance to the box. He held on, and this is perfectly his right. And so that is a good start. Bowers, Rickard Jr., and Tatnell Norum. Their top four as they still run in that order. Further back, things get a little dicey as Vargas getting by two of them down on the low side. Again, walking on eggshells here around 3 and 4. Brooke Tatnell, 25 laps, so lots of time trying to get his third axe of his career. And so far, not making much ground here as Bowers, the rookie, is going to be hunting his second axe here. Rickard, the same thing. Now Rickard Jr. is Bowers, and they touch coming out of turn number 2. Bowers was coming down, Rickard was coming up, and they touched just a little bit. And we got one upside down, red flag. That's right here in front of our flagman. They cannot pass till there, but they can start here. Off and running, Bowers. Keeping them slow right to the very end. Rickard Jr., Tatnell Norum get together just a little bit. Ogston is going to go around the outside and then gets held up just a little bit by Tatnell. And oh, so close, going down into 3 between Norum and Tatnell. Norum getting by the 14 of Tatnell. Jamie Ogston is going to stick in there just a little bit. They all touch, and that stacks them all up. And Ogston down on the inside, the rookie shall lead them. And down into turn number 3, sticks it in hard. But then Norum able to cut the line off and get going yet again. And so the rookie is gotten by Tatnell as well, as Tatnell is back to the 5th spot. And Akuba looking for a little more. Back up front, our leader Ryan Bowers going for 2 axes and 2 nights. One of the most coveted trophies they go after all season long. He's second in points to the guy that's behind him, and so both of these guys, very, very fast drivers up front. Ryan Bowers, and they're being oh so ginger around these turns. Brooke Tatnell working his way backwards, and they are getting right down single file around the inside. Super slick yet again. Look at how slow Bowers is getting around these turns, and he's got to be thinking, oh, these guys are going to be blowing by me any second. And not only that, but he is pulling away. Same with Rickard Jr., Tony Norum, Ogston, and Brooke Tatnell going the wrong way through this field. Normally a guy that's right up front all the time, and Tatnell right now running in the 6th position. By far his first position of the season so far here in the UMSS. Rickard Jr. halfway home here as they come by. This time, Ryan Bowers, the gap closing just a little bit as Rickard Jr. closing the gap just a little bit between him and the 199. And in a really long race like this, the tires can change so much. That could be what's going on with Tatnell as the tires go away on our front runners. Maybe Brooke will come in. We'll have to keep our eyes on the 14 car. Ryan Bowers still in command here, though. The 63 of Rickard Jr. hunting them down. And now closing the
It's like a 701 number. Kaspowskiak, we'll say it that way. That's our RC car winner today for the RC car that will be given away that we have just now did. Now it's time. Well, we got the fan challenge real quick like here. And the fan challenge. Connor Dick. Connor, he's our...
Back to me. Jerry Rickard Jr. down in that UMSS Sprint Car Series winner's circle. All the way since the first night of 2007's Mighty Axe, since he has done the wing dance here at North Central Speedway. There he is, folks. Don't tell me he's not. He's been here before 1,000 times, but man, is he excited tonight. Another axe to go home and hang on the wall. His first one since 2007, been a 7-year gap for Jerry.